Hey there, and welcome to Crochet Therapy. I'm your host Barbara for this tutorial of the Peaceful, Easy Feeling motif. This motif is easily worked. It's beautiful and very versatile. You can use this to create all kinds of projects. This is something that is super quick, super easy, and yes, very beautiful. So let's get started. The things you'll need: you will need a needle to sew up your ends at the end. You'll need some scissors and yarn. I love this cotton yarn. This is from Hobby Lobby and it is in the colorway Brights. I do love this colorway, and I love the way the colors do just flow from one to the other. It's really very peaceful and easy feeling. The size hook that I'm using is a 4.5 millimeter hook. You can use any kind of yarn that you have on hand. You don't have to go make a special purchase. Use any cotton yarn that you have. If you don't have this 4.5 millimeter, you can use a 5 millimeter. Just be aware that if you go up a size or down a size, it will change the size of your motif, but as long as you're consistent with your project, then you will be fine. Okay, so let's get started. What we're going to do is create a slip knot and chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You will connect this to the very first chain to form a loop. Maybe a little difficult to see that little tiny hole in there, but it will get easier. Okay, now what we are going to do is chain 2, 1, 2, and that chain 2 counts as our first double crochet start in our bobble stitch. So in this bobble stitch, we will have a total of 5 double crochets in each bobble. Okay, so this one counts as the first. What we will do is yarn over, go into the loop, yarn over and pull up, yarn over and pull through 2 and hold. And we will do that. We have a total of 2 stitches. That chain 2 counts as the first one. And then we have the second double crochet that we started. We are going to do 3 more. Yarn over, go into the loop, pull up, yarn over and go through 2 and hold. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, go into the loop, yarn over and pull up, yarn over and go through 2. We have now 4 loops on our hook. Now for this first one, because we don't have 2 loops for that first chain 2, which represents the double crochet, this one we will have 5 loops on our hook. Normally with the rest of the bobbles we will have 6 loops on our hook to tell us that we have 5 double crochets in there. So this one is 4. We have 1 more. Yarn over, go into the loop, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all 5, and that is our first bobble made. And then we will chain 2, 1, 2. Okay, and I'm going to scoot this over just a little bit, and as we work this we are going to scoot our bobble over because it's going to get a little tight in there, but it will be fine. So we are going to work our first true complete bobble stitch. Yarn over, go into the loop, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2 and hold. Now that was one double crochet started, and you see we have 2 loops on our hook, and that's what I was talking about. So we need to do this 4 more times. And yes, it is a little bit tight in there, but it is doable. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, which means that we should have 3, yes, and we do, 3 double crochets started. Yarn over and go into the loop, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which means that we have 4, 1 more. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all 6, chain 2. 1, 2. So we have 2 bobbles in our little circle, and we are going to continue until we have 6 bobbles in our circle. Okay, 6 loops on our hook. Go through all 6 loops and chain 2. So that was number 3. Pull that over a little bit. And so we have 3 more to do. Okay, we have 4, and believe it or not, we're going to fit 2 more in this little loop. All right, be brave, you can do it. Chain 2, and 1 more. We can do this. We got this. If you are working with thicker yarn and you're finding, let's say it's a number 4 weight, worsted weight acrylic yarn, you can always do 5 chains to create the loop, and that may be easier for you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yarn over and pull through all, chain 2. And then what we're going to do is find, okay, we're going to ignore the first 2 chains, and this stitch right here is the top of the bobble. Okay, so let's see, 1, 2, and let's see. Yep. Okay, so there we go, right in there. And we're just going to slip stitch. Now we have gone over our short tail, so we can either snip that because it has gone all the way around, and in fact I'm going to do that right now to get that out of my way. If you feel safer by weaving that in and out a little more, please do that as well. So we have slip stitched into the top of that first bobble, and then we are going to chain 1, and this time we're going to turn our work. Okay, there we go. So the next row is very easy, and it's kind of similar. We are going to single crochet into the first chain 2 space, which is right here. So we did a chain 1 and turned our work. We're going to go in here and do a single crochet, okay? And single crochet in the first chain 2 space, and we are going to then chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then we are going to single crochet into the very next chain 2 space right here. Okay. And then we are going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And find that next chain 2 space right here. Single crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into the next chain 2 space, and we're going to work this all the way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet in that chain 2 space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, single crochet into that chain 2 space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here we are back at the beginning, and so we are going to slip stitch into that single crochet right here. There we go. Slip stitch into the single crochet, and since we turned our work, the bobbles tend to go and be puffy on the opposite side of your work. And so this is the back side of the bobble, and so that's why it's so pretty. And then we have all of these beautiful chain 5 spaces. Okay. Now what we're going to do is slip stitch into the very next chain 5 space. So we have slip stitched to connect to that very first single crochet right there. Now we're going to slip stitch into the chain 5 space right here, and we are going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now in this space we are going to create 2 bobbles with a chain 5 space between. Okay, and what we're going to do is count this chain 4 as the first stitch in the bobble. It is a treble crochet bobble, so follow along. This is the first stitch because we're starting our next row. So we're going to yarn over twice, go into the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and hold. Okay, yarn over twice, go into the loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and hold. Yarn over twice, go into the loop, pull through 2, pull through 2, and hold. So right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and all of our bobbles are going to consist of 5 stitches. Yarn over twice, go into the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and for this one you can easily see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so we are going to yarn over and go through all of the loops, and we are going to encourage this one to to kind of bobble towards us, okay? And then what we're going to do is just kind of pull it over a little bit and chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need a little bit more yarn here. Ooh. There we go. Let me pull some out so that I can have a lot of slack there. Yep, turn the work. Here we go. All right, and now we're going to do a bobble here. Yarn over twice, go into the loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and hold. Yarn over twice, into the loop, pull through 2, and pull through 2, and hold. And we're going to do this all the way around. And remember, in this motif, all bobbles have 5 stitches. So here's 4, one more. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on our loop, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember that first one is always going to be a little different because that chain only gives us 1 loop for that chain. Okay, so we're going to yarn over and go through all loops on our hook. And we are going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go into the next loop and do the same thing. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops, 5 treble crochets, and we're going to finish it by going through all the loops on the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And one more in this loop. So when we get done, we will have a total of 12 petals. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which means 5 treble crochets. There we go. Chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we are going to continue working this around. Okay, we've made it around to the last loop. Let's do this one together. Okay, and we are going to finish that last petal, chain 5, and then we are going to connect to the top of the bobble, the very first bobble, by slip stitching. Yay, look at that. Now, if you lay this flat, you can see that the bobbles on these petals are wanting to go towards the back, and we can just encourage them to come forward. And that's something we can do at a later time. But isn't this turning out to be just a gorgeous, gorgeous pattern? Okay, so our final row, we are going to make our little border, our little edge with our little peaks. This is super easy, okay? So what we're going to do is go straight into a single crochet into this loop. No need to slip stitch. We're just going to go in, single crochet into that loop, and then we're going to single crochet 2 more times. And in this round, we just have to remember the number 3. Okay, 3 single crochets, 3 chains, 3 single crochets, and that is our border row. Okay, go straight into this next one, 3 single crochets, 2, 3, 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and 3 single crochets. That's all we do. When we get to the beginning, we are going to slip stitch and fasten off, and we will be done. Okay, I'm going to keep making mine, and I'll meet you back at the very beginning. Okay, and now I've made it. Stop saying okay. I've made it to the very last chain 5 space. We are going to single crochet 3 times, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet 3 times. And then we are going to slip stitch into this first single crochet. And voila! We are done. Okay, fasten off. I'm going to turn this over and sew in my end. And what I'm going to do is with this, this comes up right here. I've turned it over. I'm going to go down into these stitches right here. Mostly because those were the last stitches that I made, and so the yarn matches, and I want to make sure that I go into a section where the yarn matches. I don't want to pull it too tight, but I do want to give it a little tug, but not too tight. And I'm going to actually give that a little pull to loosen that up and make sure I'm not altering the shape of my motif. Then what I'm going to do is skip one of these stitches and maybe go into a half stitch there, and then go back, not all the way, just a little gentle tug. I don't want to alter the stitches in any way, and then go back a 3rd time. 3 times the charm. And if you are going to make this into anything such as a wearable, or even curtains, if you're going to be washing them, you want to make sure that you have the ends nice and secure. So you'll see some of these little bobbles here are wanting to go to the back, and that's not a problem. We can just encourage them to come forward. The ones in the middle are a nice little bump right there because we turned that one over. So we're not having to fight with that really beautiful center. And then just give the little peaks a little tug just to open them up. There we go. And now look at these two together. How pretty are they? Let me see. There we go. They are so pretty. Get these out of the way. There we go. And let's take a look. So when you put these two together, you are going to concentrate on the peaks and you are going to put your peaks together. And that is going to be so beautiful. So what you can do in the future when you are on the final row and you are at a peak, remember the final row, we concentrate on the number 3. So 3 single crochets, 3 chains, 3 single crochets in each loop. So we would do the 3 single crochets, chain 1, that second chain, we would connect by slip stitching into the second chain on this loop right here. And then we would chain 1 more and then 3 single crochets, and that would connect them perfectly. Continue on with the single crochet 3 times, hop on over to the next one, single crochet 3 times, chain 1, that second chain, we would connect to this second chain in this peak, then 1 more chain and single crochet 3 times, and that would connect these perfectly. You would have the most easy breezy, peaceful, easy feeling for your motif. I do hope you enjoyed making this motif. I can't wait to see what you are going to create with this motif, and I am so excited about what I'm going to create. I'm going to give you some tips and pointers, but that's for another video. So stay safe, be kind, and let's get hooking and enjoy these beautiful, gorgeous, peaceful, easy feeling motifs.